The eyes of the sporting world this week are on St Andrews and the British Open. Why? Jordan Spieth. He's won the first two majors of 2015 and he's trying to keep his hopes alive for the Grand Slam. Spieth won the Masters in scintillating fashion, eclipsing the field with brilliant play from tee to green and deft touch around the greens. His putting skill at Augusta was second to none. The US Open was a tougher proposition. Everyone were concerned with the way the greens rolled, everyone had a little bit of trouble, and a new venue made them think twice about why they played this game as a living. So now Spieth heads to St Andrews, the home of golf. He's only ever played there once. How will he do? Let's see. I think he's going to do really well. So why is Spieth so good? 21 years of age and breaking records all along the way. Let's talk about some of the idiosyncrasies in his swing, and they may not be textbook, however, I think they're really great. So let me explain. So the first thing we see with Spieth is his grip. We can see his interlocking fingers, they hover off the club. They're sort of up in the air. It's like there's no pressure on them at all. And I think this is a really good thing because it shows me his instinct of what he believes are the proper pressure areas of the grip. So in the left hand, because this finger is waving up in the air, it shows he feels a really nice firm grip in the last 2-3 fingers. His thumb is supporting the club. That's a really strong grip. Strong in not appearance, but strong in control. There's a lot of control by feeling the pressure in these last 2-3 fingers. Now the interesting part about how the right finger, pinky finger, hovers in the air is that shows to me something that Hogan showed in his book. Talked about the two middle fingers. And I really like this because when I feel the pressure in these fingers, it runs straight up my ulnar bone. So that's control. I don't want to feel too much pressure in the thumb or forefinger. That shows a lot of release. When my pressure gets in those fingers, I can throw the club. So his finger poking up in the air shows me his intent is to grip the club with these two fingers. And when we combine both of those thoughts, the last 2 or 3 fingers of the left hand and the middle 2 fingers of the right, we get a real sensation of a pull with the left. So anything in front of the ball would be pulling, and anything behind the ball would be a push. And he sets his grip up perfectly on the club to apply those pressures, a pulling force and a pushing force. Now the other thing we see in Spieth's swing is on the through swing. We see the left arm bent, the chicken wing. Everyone said chicken wings are no good. I kind of like them at the dinner table. However, in his case, chicken wing is really good, especially the place that he does it in his motion. So a poor golfer will create a lot of speed coming down, pre-release the club, and they will have to decrease the radius of their left arm so they don't hit the ground back here. There's a chicken wing into impact. Spieth does it way out ahead. So he swings, releases, and then holds his arm bent on the way through. Why? Centrifugal force of the club wants to move the club away from us. So as we swing, the weight of this club head and the force of the swing is trying to elongate the club and our arms away from our body. So what Spieth does with his chicken wing is he keeps his hands and arms closer to the body. So he fights the centrifugal force of the swing, wanting to move that club out and away, and when the club and arms get away from us, there's a tendency to roll the club face. Because he keeps the club face tighter to him, he has a much better control of that face. He can hit the ball aggressively and not fear the hook. It's a really good thing to do. Jose Maria Lazabel, David Duval, Lenny Watkins, all exhibited a chicken wing to some degree. And I like to do this with my short iron shots because I'm after control, not just distance. If I can control that club face, I know I'm going to hit the ball closer to the hole. So don't believe everything you've heard about the chicken wing. It's actually not a bad thing if it's fighting the force of the club moving away. It's not as tasty when we're doing it to avoid hitting the ground.